I mean, you sneak underneath and you start to, you got.
Good morning, BCTV viewers. We're here today to celebrate the reopening of the Putney General Store. I've got Debbie Lazar on camera, and we're both Putney residents, so we're very happy about this. And we're going to take a little tour of downtown Putney right now.
Hey, Bendale. Hey, how you doing? Oh, a lot of produce. Yeah. You know, about anything you'd want. It's amazing.
Are you really glad to see it reopen?
Yes. Yep. And I don't miss the old one. I used to trip half the time on that wood floor. But beautiful place. They did a wonderful job. Took a lot of effort with a lot of people, you know, and a lot of grant money. A lot of people gave. I gave some, but I didn't give thousands. Well, I've got to go move wood.
I'm here with Lisa Papazian, who's one of the main organizers of this rebuilding project.
First fire was May 3rd, 2008. And we bought the building. The Historical Society actually decided to buy the building in the fall of that year with a lot of support. And by the fall of the following year, we had stabilized it quite considerably, and we're getting ready to finish the rehab. And November 2nd, 2009 was the second fire, and left us nothing but a hole. So we regrouped and started building again, and the design process had to be redone altogether. And then we started about a year ago in a couple months. And in fact, I believe this is exactly a year to the date from the frame raising. I think it was December 10th last year. So it took a little
amazing
longer than we thought, but here we are.
And had the Historical Society taken on anything like this before? Or was this a new function?
Whoa, no. The biggest thing we had ever done was the 250th celebration, which was big, but this was bigger. And since then, we've taken on yet another big project, which is the former United Church of Putney. That's right, turning it into a performing arts center and our office, where we're actually it's kind of a grand opening for our office too. We're showing some historical stuff over there. The Fairchild's family gave us a wonderful collection of memorabilia and actual things that were in the store and thankfully had been removed from the store before the fires. And we have some on display in the window here, and great photographs that are also on display in the church. One thing that is great is to see, I've now seen 3 former owners come through here, and that, Erhan just walked up, Dan Mitnick and his kids are inside, and Doug Fairchild was walking around. So it's really kind of fun to see that kind of continuity. Yeah. Feels like continuity now. We really felt like this store and business wasn't just a store and a building. It was the buzz of the downtown. Because of that, there was buzz in the rest of the buildings, the businesses. It made a huge difference to them.
All right, I'm standing by 15 Kimball Hill Road, which is the former Putney United Church. And this was purchased by the Putney Historical Society and is being turned into Next Stage, which is a performing arts center right here, kitty corner to the new general store. So there's a lot of excitement about this place. They've been showing classic movies, and tonight they're having a performance by the Sweetback Sisters, and we're going to take a look inside and see what's in there.
This is a former church, and was a church for something like 180 years, I think. And just like 3 years ago, the last congregation, the United Church, folded and gave the building to the Putney Historical Society. At which point the society said, "Great, we've got a building, but we're not really sure what to do with it." And one of the first ideas they had was to turn it into a performing arts center. And at that point, they came to half a dozen of us in town, Chip Greenberg, Billy Strauss, John Burt, Eric Bass, and myself, and said, what do you guys think? And of course we jumped on it. Yeah. And it goes hand in hand with the general store, which was a historical society project also. So it's not your standard historical society. This one is very active, but it's just been amazing to watch. It's really come a long way here in less than 2 years.
That's terrific. Have you two both been involved in this next stage thing for a while?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I've been asked to be on the board here. I've been doing a lot of stuff, and it's a great. And Lisa and I have played here as well. It's a great venue. It's really exciting to have the space here, and we're especially happy to have the sign.
That sign is beautiful,
Right?
isn't it?
It really sends you to the space and lets you know that we're here. So that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been at it for, I think, almost 2 years now, and have made a lot of changes to the old sanctuary. We've got a new stage and curtains and theatrical lighting, and we've done a lot with the wiring, and now the sign out front, and the marquee is been renovated. So we're getting there. It's a huge project, but
What are you looking ahead to? What's the next big improvement?
Oh, there's lots of improvements that we want to make, having to do with mostly with the physical plant of the place that needs upgrading, so that we can really have a great space for live performance. That's really.
Do you mean like heating or
the
seats, or what do you mean by physical plant?
Certainly there's seating. There's additional installation to make sure that the place is comfortable for people to come and see a show. Things like that are what we're concentrating on first, and then down the road will be things like accessibility and stuff like that that we will have to make happen here in order for the place to work.
what we're really looking forward to at this point is live theater, and we're not really ready for that. We need a better green room and access to the stage. So that's going to be a big project. We're hoping to put the green room on the back side of the stage. Right now the green room is downstairs, and that just doesn't work. And our seating, we want to get raked seating so that the sight lines will be sufficient for live theater too.
This is pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. I mean, watching that store go up from the beams on up, and hearing the folks from town that donated all those beams. I was in the store yesterday looking at the big beam on the side, thinking of the guys that were standing out there when it was going up, saying that was from my lot, And it just has a great feeling to it, to have it back. So.
Great. Well, thanks so much. I think you may be a member of a certain club.
I made the sign for the club.
Would you mind sharing with the viewers the name of the club?
It's the Viagra Lounge, Viagra Group, I should say, and we meet on Friday mornings for a couple hours and have coffee and shoot the old fat, have a good time. It's just something we started doing, and then the TV got involved, and we were just doing it every morning, sitting in front of the burnt out store, and it was just basically something for us to do. And right now it's really nice up there. Got nice lounge chairs and everything. Really good.
So is that where the Viagra Club is going to be now?
Yeah, we go upstairs, and I put the sign over the windows, Viagra Lounge, and we get to sit there. Got nice leather chairs and leather couch. They don't let us get in the wine rack, so. I started this back in about '82, carving, and I also am the president of the Green Mountain Wood Carvers of Vermont. And Dave's a member. I met him down in Vernon at a show, and we've been carving together every Wednesday nights at my house or his house. And anybody who would be interested in learning to carve, they're more than welcome to stop by. We're always looking for new members.
This is a photo printed by Debbie Lazar of the general store after the first fire, which was May 2008. And as you can see, the ceiling, the upper floor was burnt out, and the roof. And after that, they rebuilt. They were able to save some of the stuff from the downstairs, and then they rebuilt this part. But then the second fire, which has proven to be arson, burned it all the way down to the ground. Interview the former owner there. Okay, we're here with Dan Mitnick and his daughter Lindsay, and Dan is a former owner, one of the former owners of the general store. Just want to say, Dan, how does it feel today?
It's a great feeling. I mean, it's been closed for, I'm thinking 4.5 years, and so it's a great day for Putney, revitalizing Putney. They did a great job with the building. They retained, the feel, with the post and beam architecture, but it's, you can't recreate the past. So it's new. It's great seeing everyone here out and about in Putney, and it's a great day for Putney.
Lindsay, any comments?
I agree. I think it's great to see everybody out here. And I mean, like you said, it's different, but it's better.
Speaking with the new owner, he's got a lot of great ideas, and I think it'll, just looking at all the selections inside, I'm really, I'm coming. We each take out Chinese food like once, if not more times a week, so now we'll do it here.
Okay, so as you can see, we've got a huge crowd here. Very busy. Barb Sondag, Brattleboro Town Manager, is making an appearance. Very nice. Hold on. Okay, we're here here we are inside the general store, and we've got Abijah's here. It's got some coffee, and you can see it's really full. Look at the lines back there, lined up, and we're going to try and find the store owner so we can interview him.
I'm Ming.
Hi, I'm Juliet.
It's my daughter. Yeah. Oh, this is great. I don't know how I came express. This is I waited 10 years for this.
When you say you waited 10 years, do you mean you moved to the area 10 years ago?
I tried to purchase this place 3 times in the last 10 years. And every time, we never made it. Until the first fire, the 3rd time. And we, we thought it was just all done. Until somebody came over my store last year from Putney, a group of tree loggers. And then, they come to us for lunch and stuff, and he told me, oh, they got burned down again a 2nd time. And that's why when I picked up a newspaper, they brought me a newspaper article, so I took from there.
And so you're, so you've owned other general stores before?
Yes, I did. One in Sterling.
And I also understand you're doing takeout Chinese food.
Yes, we have takeout, we have deli, fresh meats, groceries.
And are you the chef?
I can cook, but mostly I'm out here and I'm a butcher by trade.
You're a butcher by trade.
Yep. So that's why, that's what I like to do. I always want a general store.
What is it about general stores that you like?
I just like the oldness, the history. The way they set up, besides the, big box grocery store. And I like small towns. That's why always in a small town. And it's quiet. Everybody knows everybody. That's what I do.
Did you grow up in a small town? Is that why you like it?
Yes. I've been here 32 years. You know what? I went up and down with the mom. Look at a lot of general stores. And especially this one. Because my little one, she came in the first time, we just fall in love with it. So we just persist and we just keep looking and keep after it. Every time they put it on the market or something happens, I always call here, ask them if they're still interested for sale. Yeah.
As you can see upstairs here, we've got wine, and more wine. But we also, right around the corner here, have the new lounge area.
How's the food?
Delicious. Do I have food in my smile?
Has my lip liner smudged? I have been looking for the cosmetics department and I cannot find it.
No, we didn't.
We're just 2 pretty girls looking for some lipstick.
I can't help but noticing you have the old wooden nickels from the former Putney General Store on real or fake.
My name is Anita Lotta Moore.
Susan Sametz.
Also known as Anne Buckingham.
And I get the feeling
Consultant extraordinaire.
that you may
75332.
be from the area. Is that right?
Yes, that is
We're
correct.
posing as New Jersey ladies, but we are from Putney.
New Jersey is the land of my people. However, I have been living in Putney now for over 20 years.
Me too.
Are you part of the Real Housewives of New Jersey who moved to Putney?
We're the real housewives of Putney.
Okay, well, we're going to sign off here and go talk to...
Find any lipstick.
This deck is so that I can get out of here away from people like Barb in there. Yeah. No.
And Barb, you came all the way from Brattleboro for this event.
All the way. I have a GPS in the car, so I was able to find Putney.
It's wonderful. I drove down here this week, coming through town in the evening. It was so nice to see lights.
We're here with Chris Ryan, who is the Putney town manager. And how do you feel today?
Oh, I feel great. I mean, I'm very thrilled that this finally came about, and actually getting in here to see this, I'm really impressed. I mean, not only is it a beautiful project, but it looks like the Mr. Ming is like just got a real business sense. I mean, this is really a very nice looking establishment. I hope that it attracts people, and then it's the success we're all hoping for.
What?
You know, obviously it wasn't about the money. It was about this, the sense of this place. And Putney is, there's really an incredible sense of place that people who live in Putney develop. But even people that arrive within a year, it's like they're all on the same wavelength. It's and of course generous. I mean, the generosity that made this possible is really unusual, I think. Well, I hope it's a magnet that pulls it all together, that you just get the kind of traffic that this used to generate. I mean, at one point we thought it was about 350 trips a day. I mean, people walking in and out of here. I mean, I don't know if that's an accurate figure, but that's a lot of traffic. And Offerings is still here. Neil Madow's business is Silver Forest. I guess it's changed its name, but it's still here. Of course, the front porch. It is true that Lisa and I we did a lot of behind-the-scenes work just plowing through the unbelievable paperwork associated with the large grants that they got from the state. That's true.
Can you just tell us what were those grants that you got for this project?
They were a category of, it's like an urgent care, basically. I mean, they had a special pot of money that they set aside for projects that they felt really needed to be given money immediately.
And this is through the Community Development Block Grant Program?
Yes, right. And there was a total of $328,000 or something to that effect.
And was there also funding from the Preservation Trust of Vermont?
There was a piece. I couldn't tell you what exactly that was.
Or was that mostly advice and support?
I mean, there was certainly a lot of that, but there was some actual cash from the Paul Bruns group. Yeah.
Trying to preserve general stores.
Yeah. I mean, this village center. We just renewed the village center designation, which is a Vermont, I guess, designed plan to kind of keep these little villages operational, and there are tax credits for people that do things like this.
So this is something the state of Vermont wants to see continue.
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm here with Jeff Shumlin, and Jeff was integral in putting together this project. Jeff, tell us a little bit about what it took to make this happen.
You know, Cor, so many people were integral in making this happen. I mean, look at this crowd here today. I don't think there's anyone in this community who didn't play a role, whether donating pennies in the jar at the central school, or writing a big check, or donating a tree for the timber frame. I wouldn't know where to begin. It would be impossible to think of, to remember all the people who played a role. Absolutely. And there's one sort of negative piece of this that I want to touch on, which is that we have to acknowledge that this second fire was arson. And, I hate to describe it this way, but to a certain extent, it was an act of terror against this community. And there were many people who said, this is just too complicated, let's throw in the towel. And a lot of us looked at each other and said, you know what, this is even more reason to move forward and rebuild and not be pushed down. And in the long run, it was an absolutely galvanizing element to this. I worked with a lot of other people on fundraising, and we hoped in the beginning that we could raise $30,000 from individuals in this community. And it was a hard slog, but we thought we could do it. Well, after the fire, of course, the budget went up tremendously, but so did the generosity. Everyone came out of the woodwork. Everyone wanted to play a role, and it just snowballed. It just became such an incredible community project because of that horrible element, that negative element that was in our midst here. And, you know, it's nice when the people win. The people come out on top and realize that good does prevail. Well, let's just say that we've taken every precaution we could. Since the moment that the frame went up, there have been video cameras outside and in, and there continue to be. And this time the whole building is sprinklered, and there's an extremely high-tech alarm system. You know, we've got to, ultimately though, as you say, we've really got to hope that, that goodwill prevails here.
Lynn, what brings you to Putney today?
The opening of the general store, and I believe there's a grand opening right here at Flora Lee. Hey, how are you?
We're here in the Tavern Building, and this is a new business.
Hi, I'm Elisa Lee, and this is Flora Lee, and this is my shop. I've been here since September, and I claim to sell beautiful things to wear, and many people have told me that I tell the truth.
And how do you feel about the general store opening? How's that going to affect your business?
Fabulous. Couldn't be better. Everyone, including myself, very, very pleased to have the G store back.
Jan, tell us how you feel today, Putney General Store reopening.
Boy, Putney's come to life again. I am so happy. I've never seen so many people in Putney in all the years that I worked here, which is at least 20, so I am so excited and so happy.
So I'm here with Jem Wilner, and just tell us the name of the store, what kind of stuff you carry, and how you're feeling today about the Putney reopening.
Absolutely. This is Penelope Ware Glass. Penelope's actually my mom. She makes the glassware that we have spread throughout the store. She's another Putney artisan. And I am ecstatic about the Putney General Store opening up because already you can see the vibrant change in the town. It's already completely changed the atmosphere of the town, and it's great to have it back. I mean, the thing is that once the general store was gone, you could just feel the entire environment of the town change, and now that it's back, it's back to its good old self. It's what it should be.
It's the Front Porch Cafe in Putney, and I'm Jeremy, one of the owners. My partner's name is Stephen Griffiths.
That's terrific. And how are you feeling today with the general store reopening?
Wonderful. Couldn't wait. Took 6 years nearly.
How long have you been here?
8 years. We used to own the Inn at Saxon's Road. We had that for 14 years before we came here.
And how did you feel when the general store burned?
Oh, crazy. It turned us inside out. It was terrible. I think it killed the whole center of town. It's now coming back, thank God.
How did you survive?
We just got by with savings, and, you know, it was been really bad. And with the economy being bad, too, it's been really, really bad.
Well, you sure look like you're doing well today.
Thank you, because of you people over there, and we appreciate you being there.
Yeah.
And thank you for the interview.
Well, this is going to reactivate and make more lively and more fun, and another place to lunch in the town of Putney, and it shows how much the people of Putney love the town.
Outside is very close to the original. Other than that, it's pretty much new. You know, they had the opportunity for a new timber frame, for a new envelope, and even straightening out some of the stuff, the overhang on the back. So it's essentially a new building that looks similar to the old.
Fantastic. So this is an example of how you marry the old and the new?
That's how you can respect the old and build something new. Yeah, I would say.
What was it like to have people offering up timbers from their woodlots as beams?
Yeah, I have to say that part of the character of this, in my view, and it would be great, you know, you hear from the Historical Society and others, but that timber frame makes such a huge difference to the feel of that space. And again, it was all donated, you know, that was a great contribution from the community for that. Offering timber, you know, milling it and erecting it was all contributed for this effort. Our involvement, you know, was in design. We were also helping with after the original fire and the restoration. So it was really disheartening to spend almost 6 months trying to put the old building back to then have it burned down and start over again. But I have to say, coming here today, it's a great building. They really did a great job of coming up with a new building. It has a great feel, and it still respects the old charm that was here.
How different would it have been if you had rebuilt just after the first fire compared to after the second fire, which went all the way down to the ground?
Well, I don't think you would have had as nice a building.
I'm Ruth Barton, president of the Putney Historical Society, and I want to welcome you all. And this ceremony is to honor all the people of the town of Putney who have worked so long and so hard and been so patient while we built this new Putney General Store. And I would like to say thank you to the previous owners of the store who may be here. Erhan and Tuche Oji, Dan Mitnick, Sherry Liebman, and Carolyn Fairchild, I believe, is here. And Miss Fickett, is she here? She's right there. And now I would like to introduce Ted Brady from Senator Leahy's office.
Thank you very much, Ruth. On behalf of Senator Leahy, congratulations. I'm going to wait for that dump truck. Last night, the senator had sent me to Jay Peak, where they just completed a $250 million indoor water park. It's pretty amazing. I turned the corner, getting up to Jay Peak, and kind of got knocked off my socks. I turned the corner in Putney today and had, I think, a stronger emotional feeling than that. What the town has done really is outstanding. And to Ruth and to the entire Historical Society, let me say there are very few historical societies that see history as the future and as economic development and embracing a piece of a town's past and turning it into the town's future. And you've done an incredible job here, and congratulations to the Historical Society. I was asked by the senator to read a very brief note, so I hope you'll indulge me. Dear friends, Marcel and I were so pleased to hear that the Putney General Store was opening this weekend. You have preserved through great tragedy to reinvigorate your village and keep the heart of Putney beating strong. Your success is incredible, but the effort to achieve success is just as notable. To mark this great occasion, I am proud to present an American flag that has flown over the United States Capitol. Again, congratulations, and thank you for your hard work. Sincerely, Patrick Leahy. I also, please indulge me for a few more moments. The senator, well, we talked this morning, you may have heard we had a justice of the Supreme Court in Randolph this morning, and that's where the senator is. The senator mentioned to me, though, that Putney was Vermont strong before the rest of Vermont was Vermont strong. Kind of setting the tone for how to recover from a disaster, and that's what we've done here. I want to mention one other real critical thing. The grant, the $160,000 that Senator Leahy secured for this project was part of a partnership with the Preservation Trust of Vermont, which you'll hear from Paul Brune. Let's hear it for the Preservation Trust of Vermont. And a partnership made possible by the administrating organization of that grant, the Vermont Housing and Conservation Board. So let's hear it for the Vermont Housing and Conservation Board. Chris Hart is here somewhere in the crowd, chair of VHCB. I mention that because just a month ago, The grant program that awarded a grant to this project was given a national honor by the Advisory Council on Historic Preservation. A little secret, Paul Broom nominated it for that honor, but we'll take it. We'll take the inside deal. Sorry, the governor shall know. The Senator is so proud to be part of this. He really is. He thanks you for letting him simply be affiliated with the great work you've done in the community of Putney. So once again, congratulations and thank you.
I'd like to introduce Mike Rowicki.
Our governor couldn't be here today. I'll use his words to share his sentiment. Dear friends and neighbors, congratulations on the reopening of the Putney General Store. After 3.5 years of hard work, this is indeed a day to celebrate the return of our town centerpiece. The rebuilding of the General Store has been a true community effort. When the second fire occurred, many wondered if we would ever see the store reopen. But our town would not give up. Thanks to the tremendous work of Lisa, the Putney Historical Society, and many, many others, the town of Putney stands as an example of how a community working together can overcome tragedy. This is indeed a great day for Putney. During my childhood visits to the General Store, our governor writes, I often bumped into Putney's best governor, George Aiken. I'm proud to follow in his footsteps, and it's great to know with the store's reopening, I may have the opportunity to meet one of our future leaders at the counter buying lollipops. Congratulations, and I'll be sure to stop in sometime soon. Sincerely, Peter Shumlin, Governor. Sent a flag, a state flag, which is flown over the State House, and the governor also sent another plaque, which Senator White's going to read.
Thanks. But I am going to just take a minute to say something that isn't from the governor. Up in Montpelier, it's hard to explain to people what Windham County is like, and it's really hard to explain what Putney is like. And people just don't get that there is a real community spirit here, and that's what makes this a great community to live in and to represent. And we're here at the General Store. There's tons of other things happening in the community today and take part in them. And I'm very proud to be able to represent this great community up in the State House. And this is an exciting time. So this is a plaque that the governor has sent down, and it has the seal. I'm sure it'll probably hang someplace here. And it says, the State of Vermont Governor's Certificate of Congratulations presented to the Putney General Store in recognition of the tremendous community spirit that made the 2-year rebuilding project possible. On the 10th day of December 2011, all of Vermont extends its congratulations and best wishes on this very special occasion, and it's signed by our own Peter.
At this time, I'd like to present Lisa Ryan from BCEP.
Wow, this is really an exciting day. I remember being here in September of 2008 on a very cold and rainy day, standing inside the shell of the Putney General Store with people from this community and some of my colleagues. And I don't remember there ever being a question of whether or not you were going to have your General Store back. It was just a matter of how you were going to do it. So here we are. This project has just been such a great example of how communities can work together to make things like this happen. As Lisa knows, our program is not an easy program to obtain funding from. We ask a lot of questions. There are a lot of criteria that have to be met. Two things that I can think of that we look at is the level of community commitment to a project and the level of community support. I can't really think of a project that I could point to that has done that better than the Putney General Store. This is truly a really amazing effort. From the municipal support that you've had, to the people who've donated their time, their expertise, their financial resources, and even the timber that has been made to frame this building. So congratulations. This is really terrific. I'm glad to be here. I know our funding was really well used, so thanks very much.
And now I'd like to introduce Paul Broom, who has been our cheerleader, our shoulder to cry on, the one who has always said, "You can do it. I know you can do it." Paul?
And I actually was known to harass once in a while too, right? Boy, I stopped at the pizza place on my way here to say hello to Erhan and Touche, and I remembered being here the day after the first fire and sitting down with Erhan as they were trying to struggle through what was going to happen with the store. And it began this very long saga that this community has been through, and it's been a real privilege to be part of it from the beginning. And I wanted to just say, there are a lot of heroes in this effort. Lisa and Ruth and Stuart and Jeff Shumlin, and but you know, Erhan and his wife, when they realized that they couldn't rebuild themselves, they were willing to sell this property at a lower price to a community organization if that community organization was going to try to get a village store back in place, because they knew how important this was to this community. So thank you, Erhan and Touche. And I guess everybody has said this, but I'll just put a little exclamation point on it. I get to work all over the state and have most days the best job in Vermont, even better than the governor's, because I get to work with community people like yourselves. But I don't know that there's a place in this community that has shown the kind of perseverance that you all have. It's been a really amazing ride, and the passion and commitment that this community has for its village center and the vitality of its community is just not equaled. So thank you for caring about your place, and we've been really glad to help. I want to especially thank Senator Leahy for his willingness to really jump in and help out important projects like this. So thank you very much.
I need to thank Tim Regal, who's the Vice President of the Historical Society, Tom Jameson, our Treasurer and General Store Fundraiser. When he took on the job as Treasurer, we were a sleepy little historical society. A very little money passed through his hands, and suddenly he was landed with this job of taking care of vast amounts of money, which I'm sure he was not really prepared to do, but he's done a great job of it. Stuart Strathman, our Secretary and General Store Publicity Committee, who does a great job of keeping our notes and our records straight. Also, board members Lindley Spears, Laurel Ellis, Barbara Taylor, Mary Ann Toffelon, Betsy McIsaac, and Barry Stockwell. And also, the Thomas Thompson Trust, the Harrison Francis Block Foundation, the Wyndham Foundation, Preservation Trust of Vermont, the People's United Bank, the Vermont Housing and Conservation Board, the Vermont Community Foundation, the Pepsi Refresh Leader Distribution Company, the Village Revitalization Initiative, the Preservation Trust of Vermont, River Ledge Foundation, and Wood Tiger Fund, without which we would not have a slate roof on this building. And now, I'll bet Lisa Papazian is wondering why I haven't said anything about her. Mrs. General Store. Those of us on the board decided that Lisa needed something special, so we have this plaque to hang in the store somewhere. It says, in honor of Lisa Papazian, whose persistence and dedication has been instrumental in the building of this new store on the site of a historic store. 10 December 2011.
So much. This is thrilling, and I know everyone wants to cut that darn ribbon, so I'm not really going to say much, other than to thank Ming for making my other wish come true, which is serving the Papazian. I want you all to enjoy this in the future. It's pastrami with coleslaw and Russian. Yeah. And just to thank this amazing community, because I mean, look at this day. This has happened repeatedly in this whole 3 years. We've had rainbows twice coming out of the site. And we have the sun shining in December. And we've had a lot of tragedy, but we've had so much good fortune. And how often does a town get to really know what it cares about and really get to throw itself behind that? I mean, that's actually pretty special. So, you know, thank you to this incredible town, and, you know, we deserve this. This is awesome. So I'm going to turn it back to Ruth, and we'll orchestrate that ribbon getting cut.
And now the moment everyone has waited for. Emma is going to cut the ribbon.
It's almost as big as Hannaford's. It is.